Just a bunch of junkies in here. Good morning, guys. And thanks for dropping by, Carl. Good to hear. Hopefully you will be trading here at one point full time. That'd be awesome. But there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. Good job. I mean, as long as you enjoy it. There's many good jobs out there. I gotta say, guys, I'm watching CETX out of the gates, and it's looking pretty interesting for a pre-market trade. We have a bit of a bull flag here. We have a nice little 5-minute setup as well. We could be breaking past 2 point. Well, okay, there we go. Literally, as I say that, I was gonna say 2.34, 2.35. That's what I was looking for. Didn't really feel like I wanted to do pre-market trading today. Monday, get back in the groove a little bit. I almost did a trade on DGLY. We'll talk about that. And these other lead gappers. So let's get into it. For a little bit of housekeeping for anyone that's kind of watching this without video or for the first time, welcome back to the live stream. First, we review the watch list. I have to learn how to speak first. And then we trade the market open every day. Like always, guys, I hope you had a good weekend, a healthy start to the day. Today is Monday. It's the 1st of June. It's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another 14 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading usually around 10:45 a.m. And check out the video description below for some FAQs. I try to keep it fairly updated. And let's dive into the watch list. So pretty hot stuff today, and I gotta say DGLY and CETX, I wasn't really sure which one to make one of the lead gappers today. I think they're both pretty hot. DGLY has a larger float of 12 million, and it's gapping down much more, so it's not holding pre-market highs as well, and that's why I decided to not really include that one, or that's why I kind of favored CETX over it. But we'll review all of them, and I still gotta say CETX could be a hot little breakout here. So we'll kind of see what happens. Nice little volume coming in as well. S&P is, I think it's down just a little bit. Nothing too much to worry about. We closed Friday at 304.32. You can see it right here, and you can see it right over here. So today, or right now we're at 303.51, so we might open just about break even on the day. Let me go ahead and close some of these. All right, it's always good to close as many tabs as possible. Oops, okay, everything looks good to go. Let me quickly make sure I'm using the right microphone. All right, nice. Everything looks good to go. Let's dive into the watch list here. Let's start with DGLY because this one had a really nice pull off the bottom here. But like I said, it had a really aggressive pullback. This is not nice. 63%. We're typically looking for stocks that are holding their highs and they're not dipping more than 25%. Ideally trending above VWAP. So this one sold off quite a bit. But as we kind of formed a base here at 1.8, I really wanted I had a few limit orders. You can see them here. I kept on canceling them. DGLY, right? 185. I was trying to buy the dips. None of them ever got executed, which is a little bit unfortunate because I felt like there was going to be a bounce at one point. It's already up 20%. It's always annoying when your kind of limit orders don't get executed, but oh well. I could have been more aggressive, but again, I chose not to be. DGLY though, 380% gapping up pre-market with not a lot of volume though, and then it sold off quite a bit. It's a U.S. security company, and this one doesn't really have a catalyst. It's just up on the public protest because it's a security company. They sell equipment, services, cameras, yada yada. Same with CETX, and this is something I want to talk about right away again. CETX, which I think is one of our elite gappers, and boom, this is the breakout I was talking about. So really nice setup here. 13% move could have been good. So trading pre-market today could have actually worked, but you just had to wait for the right setups. CETX is gapping up 160% roughly, well, a little bit more now. 7 million float, U.S. conglomerate. Again, no news, just kind of up on protesting, all the protest stuff. Actually, here we go. Release of new thermal body temperature measurement camera. I'm not sure if that's enough to move it up 160%. I think just the fact that news came out doesn't hurt, but I don't see this being necessarily a game changer. But yeah, it does have a little bit of news just pumping out here. So really nice kind of flag breakout here. I gotta say, this is kind of picture perfect here. We have the breakout. Finally, we have some volume coming in, and then a nice move to the upside. I'd already be taking profits in this area, but this is exactly what we wanted. So boom, there we go. You know, first little setup out of the gates right away. I mean, that was quite clean. AYTU, we'll talk about that one as well. I was looking at AYTU for a bit. It was gapping up about 20% when I was looking at it. Then it pulled back again, went off my watch list. 85 million float, so I probably won't be trading it. US Biotech, price target of 3, so they have some catalyst there from last week. And what else? They had some coronavirus emergency authorization for the rapid test. So I mean, they have catalyst, good stuff. I just don't really know if this is going to be, you know, the best stock. So we're always looking for the best potential lead gapper. We actually had a nice little trade here on this big breakout day a couple weeks ago. But we're always looking for, you know, what's the #1 lead gapper, and AYTU could be, but there's big resistance zones here. So maybe if you start breaking above 2, this could get a little bit more interesting. Actually, where is it right now? I just forgot. Now, let me quickly go back here because we might be already above 2. Now we're at 185. I knew there was, okay, yeah. I was like, no, 2 sounds too high. 1 second. Getting some buffering issues. Sometimes if I turn my phone off, can't help but. Yeah, so probably won't be trading this one. HEXO, this one just popped up again on our scanner. I probably won't be trading this one either. Gapping up 80% pre-market, 270 million float, kind of big. Canadian drug manufacturer company and cannabis states license. They just got a sales license, so they can sell cannabis now in Canada. So kind of an interesting in catalyst, and these used to be very, very strong, especially back in the cannabis bull run we had. But I don't know. The amount this thing pulled back already, over 30%, usually not what I like to see, but sub dollar, also tend to avoid those. I'll put an alert here, see if we start breaking higher. Otherwise, you know, this could be a great dip buy at one point, maybe at 65 or something like that. Let's go to AESE, which is another lead gapper on the day. This one I find really interesting, and I don't know if you guys can guess why, because it's hard to tell by the stats over here. But if you check it out on FinViz, it becomes very clear why this one's my lead gapper, or one of my lead gappers. So this one's gapping up 80%, pretty nice. It's holding its highs decently. I mean, this pullback here is a little bit aggressive, but not too bad. We're still only, you know, pulling back 20%. U.S. entertainment company, they had an article that came out from Insider Money, or Monkey, which one was it? What are the two? Don't exactly remember. It's actually on FinViz as well. Anyway, their float is 2 million. So this one's really, you know, has big spikeability. It hit a high of 4.59. So 4.2 is some big support in this area. 5.5, some big resistance. 6 big resistance. We're pulling back to this $3 area. So if we see a pullback in this area, I would like to go long on this one. I actually have this one already pulled up on my other chart for potential trade at 325, something like that. There's several other interesting stocks, but again, the most important part you always want to be thinking about is what is the most obvious lead gapper. So we're going to keep an eye on that. CTIC as well was kind of popping up here. Let's check that. They have coronavirus phase 3 trial patent. 73 million float is a little high. PRPO, this one we traded not too long ago, I feel like, or maybe at least it was on our watch list. PRPO. 11 million shares outstanding, so not too bad. I really think CETX, though, out of the gate, I mean, I want to be watching this one. I want to be watching GGLY. Both of them are doing exactly what I thought they would do. So let's just kind of watch how they go out of the gate. I mean, again, this is kind of what I want to be watching. I'm going to move my potential position size down to 400 shares on this one. Since I didn't do a pre-market trade, we'll probably be trying to do 3 trades a day. We have about 3K in cash, so obviously about 1K per position size. Carmela, good morning. I think it's going to be a wild day. Could be. There's I think CETX and DGLY with all the public protest, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how these stocks perform. Obviously, they're kind of up on macro news, which it tends to be a bit weird. But since CETX has macro and micro news with the release of their new body cam, that's not too bad. I kind of like that about it. Remember, it's always good to check, former spikeability. So CETX, you can see here, we had, here's a 2-day run. Doesn't hold its highs very well. So there's kind of red flags there. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to be gapping up quite a bit here. So let's see. Maybe we're going to get a little bit of pullback, then a spike. Maybe we're going to try to retest 3. But who knows if we're going to hold our high. So it might be done trading within the first 15 minutes with CETX. We have big resistance at 3 as well. So just keep those things in mind. AESE has been pulling back quite a bit. Not too many spikes on this one. Also doesn't hold its highs too great. This is actually the second green day on AESE. Will CETX pop? That's the big question. Check out HARP over the weekend. Thanks, Heron. Appreciate the reminding everyone. Really nice. Let's see here. What did I just want to check out? HARP. Let's pull this one up. HARP. And just a little reminder, guys. Oftentimes for the first 15 minutes of the market open, I'm not checking the chat. So if I get a little quiet, that's why. I'm just trying to be a little focused on the charts. Oftentimes, if I'm reading a chat in the first 15 minutes, I tend to miss a lot of moves. So I need to kind of calm down a little bit on checking the chat room in the first 15 minutes. Remind you, we go to about 10:45, 11 o'clock. So that's when I can answer questions a lot better. Yeah, nice little uptrend here. Biggest volume on a red candle, not the nicest sight, but you can see big support down in these areas. So I probably would rather buy HARP on a dip buy. I don't really know much about this company, so obviously something to check out on your own time, like you mentioned over the weekend. Am I confident with CETX? I think a lot of people are looking at CETX. I think it's the lead gapper. I think DGLY was a potential lead gapper, but it's pulled off quite a bit. But big support at 2. I'm really interested how DGLY is gonna open. I think the chance of us testing 2.5 is relatively high. So I want to kind of keep an eye out on several of these. It's gonna be a pretty fun open, I think, here. I'm gonna be watching CETX out of the gate though. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback here, maybe to 2.3. Again, it's really hard to say what's going to happen. Big resistance at 3, so I would like to maybe buy a little dip in the open and sell into the 3s. Maybe we'll even break 3. Open range breakout at 265. I got auto send on. It's got the extended decimal places. It's going to be a little bit annoying, so I'm going to say most likely join the bid, which means I'm going to actually turn auto send back off. What's up, boy Claus? Alrighty, last minute stretches. Oh. Anyone get any pre-market trades in? I really wish I got some pre-market trades in. Today would have been a good day for it, for sure. Another 19 seconds here. Good luck, everyone. Heiko and Satoshi seem to be MIA. Well, it'll probably come on a little bit later. Big support here at 2.5, 2.25. Instantly opening up higher here. This could be an open range breakout right now. Boom, there it was. Putting a limit order. Not sure where yet. I'm just going to have this one open. CETX doing kind of what we expected to. I was expecting actually a little bit of a pullback first, but it didn't do that. AESE at 3.4. Here we go. CETX having that pullback, so a little bit sketchy here. Kind of a shaky open. Be careful. DGLY at 2.2. %. AESE could be having a red to green move. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. 1AP Pro, super true. This would have been a really tough trade with CETX out of the gate. You would have had to buy and sell really, really quickly, which I don't really think is always possible with TD Ameritrade. So you gotta kind of understand that those first minute gap and goes, if you're using TD, might not be the best setup. There's no need to rush. Actually, March was my best month, and every day I said there's no need to get aggressive unless you see the right pattern. Let's see, here we go, CETX. This could be the move we were waiting for. AESE. I'm going to try and got an entry here at 3.6, bit of a breakout trade. A little bit more aggressive than I was looking for on this breakout. Looking for a break of 75. Sold this position actually. We got the break of 75. Sold a little bit too soon, I would say. I actually got out at 68. Should have took half my profits on this one. So I was a little bit quick. This was a nice move though. It was about 12%. I kind of only got, I don't know, 3% of that one. It was very, I wanted to buy the pullback here, but I placed my order at 3.6 instead. And then I just sold too quickly. Messed that one up. Kind of a scratch. Really nice though. Kind of did what I wanted, but it didn't pull back enough. So a bit of a mistake on my end. My trades will show up here at one point. TOS always lags in the beginning of the trading day. Yeah, Corey. See, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so AESE instantly pulled back. This is kind of what I was nervous of. And the reason I sold kind of quickly, one, my entry was not the one I wanted. Two, I noticed there was a lot of sellers. We didn't have that quick continuation that I was looking for. So I kind of got shaken out of this one a little bit. Would have been nice to sell in the 75s though. That would have been at least 15 cents a share. That's not too bad. This could be a break of VWAP here. 380. Hopefully I'm not screaming. I'm sorry guys. I'm just like, whew. Sometimes I talk too quiet, I notice in my streams, and I gotta pick the right volume. AESE. Watching out of the corner of my eye. CETX watching as well. Why is DGLY not popping up on my list? DGLY. DGLY had that bounce at 2. Let's see if we break 2. I'm going to put an alert here. AESE again, consolidating here. This could be a nice flag pattern. We might see a breakout here. 80 getting chipped away. Here we go. There goes my trades just popped up. 76, 79. Whoo-wee. There we go. This could be the break at 380. 381. This is exactly what I wanted. So I got out too early on this one. A little bit too eager beaver on me. That could have been a nice 110% profit on that. Oh well, I'll take my 24 bucks. Check out the 5-minute chart, guys. You can see we had big support here at 325. That was a big reason why I entered this trade. I'm not sure on the follow through we're going to get on AESE, but 2 million flow, guys. This one has extreme spikeability on it. Second green day. They don't really have a good catalyst, though. They just kind of have, they were in an article. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go back to CETX. This one was a choppy open, guys. It's just kind of not really doing too much of many things. I should have gave AESE a little bit more time. Oh well. Is AESE going to have a breakout here at 425? I mean, that was a big area. Yeah, hindsight's always 2020. Always. Markets are all red. I actually don't mind when the markets are red. I feel like my day trading tends to do better when the markets are red. So we got AESE potential breaking out again at 415. This could be the break. Oh Lord. I would rather wait for a bit more of a pullback, to be honest here. GNUS making some moves. 24 million volume on CETX. Good shout outs, guys. I'm still watching CETX. That's kind of my main one I'm watching, although AESE seems to be performing just a little bit better at the moment. But just because CETX didn't have a big run up doesn't mean it's not going to do anything. It just, you know, give it a little bit of time here. It's already up quite a bit. Market just opened. It's already up 150%. Probably the top small cap on the day. I would definitely do another entry on AESE around 3.5, but I don't think we're going to see that. That would have to be like a giant 20% crash randomly, so I don't think we're going to get that, but just trying to shout out some ideas here. AESE just had an open range breakout. I'm not in CETXE, so I don't have a sell limit, and I'm not going short. AESE, wow, what a huge move out of the gates. Really, really nice. Up 27% where I actually closed my trade. That's a little bit unfortunate. Let's keep watching it here. Had a big breakout here. Maybe we'll get a quick pullback. Just watching it. CETX, I'm not sure yet. I want to see some sort of 5-minute setup, not really seeing something like that. Maybe I'll buy near 2.2. I don't know. Like I said, I don't see a specific setup that I want to trade yet. It's a little choppy right now. Check out the daily chart on AESE. We definitely got room to run to about 5.56. Big multi-month support and resistance at 4.2. I'm surprised that the catalyst was so powerful on this one. I gotta really say that was a bit unexpected. DGLY has the third most volume on the day. It's finally starting to pop to the upside here. 18% move, not too bad. Yeah, I'm watching GNUS as well. Quite an interesting pick. %. Five-minute breakout on DGLY. Definitely some support at the 25. AESE just running. 515 on it. Surprised it hasn't been halted yet. DGLY pulling back here in the 30s. Remember, this one doesn't tend to hold its highs very well. Second green day, though. That's interesting. With the Simpsons episode. 9:45 a.m. First hot 15 minutes of the trading day are just about to wrap up. Volume's fading on AESE. I think it's going to consolidate maybe a little bit here. Yeah, AESE. I got it on my other chart. That's what I keep looking at. It's so far one of the nicest moves in the open. DGLY is kind of just doing some pretty nifty stuff here. Putting an alert on CETX, see if it breaks. Corey, I just meant it's slowing down a little bit here in terms of volume. If you look at the 1 minute volume chart, just a little bit less volume, a little bit more red. But it could just be a little bit bigger of a setup. It definitely needs to consolidate a little bit here after such a nice run. Okay. Yeah, true. Yeah, no, today's not too slow. I mean, especially pre-market, there were good opportunities here. But for a Monday too, it's not too bad. DGLY, still watching this one. Still watching AESE. Still watching CETX. A lot of opportunities. Got to pick one. AESE could be breaking out here. Back almost above 5. Nope, there we go. That was a fake out. I was nervous with that one. I was really not feeling it. CTX might have found a little bit of a bottom. I wish I got a better entry on AESE. I think that was my mistake on that one. Although, 3.6 isn't the worst. I just sold way too early. Like, ridiculously early. CTX could be doing a nice little 5-minute breakout here. At first, I didn't really think this was a 5-minute breakout. Remember, CETX also does not tend to hold its highs very well. Check out the daily chart, always a good indicator, especially in the recent breakouts here. A lot of failed in the last few months. Probably because there's a lot of back holders on these. AESE curling again here. Definitely a big spike in volume on that red candle. Joe's calling out Tesla. I want to trade AESE. I'm just not a super big fan right now. There are a lot of eager peevers to trade it, and the fact that as a 2 million float can make this thing very explosive. We are having a bit more of a nice flag pattern here as well. This is kind of what I was wanting too. 9:49 a.m. Cruiser saying GMBL is making some big moves. I'll check out Tesla probably a little bit later today. once the pre-market action or the market open action calms down a little bit here. AESE pulling back. This could be an entry. AYTU, is that back in the game? Gonna check it out actually. AYTU. I was really liking AYTU at first. Just the 85 million float got me a little bit nervous. Oh yeah, big bounce off 1.55. Always a nice reversal zone. Yeah, probably not the worst risk reward trade, to be honest. Price action is just a little bit slower on it. CETX getting more and more interesting, I would say. Still not totally convinced. Not loving the setup. If it was more of a 5-minute breakout, I'd probably be jumping on this one a little bit harder. Remember, this one also has the, it not just has the macro protest news, it also has the thermal body camera. AESE breaking higher here. 4.8. This could be a potential breakout. I'm a little nervous this is a fake out here, but nope, boom, was not a fake out. Instantly rips higher. Wow, that volume came in real quick. I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely not expecting a move like that. 5.5, this is the area we were talking about. Could be seeing some big resistance pre-market. For some reason, I'm not totally comfortable jumping in on AESE. Probably because I didn't think the catalyst was that great, so I was a little biased. CTX pulling back. Yeah, so 488 roughly was the big breakout zone. That was tough to even get an entry on that one. Yeah, that's true, Joe. I mean, that's what I thought, but sometimes you got to trade the price action in front of you. As long as there is a catalyst, that's usually the most important thing. The market's going to act pretty irrational. So good thing we didn't buy the CETX break higher above VWAP. I wasn't really super hot about it. Mainly because the 5-minute setup there wasn't really there. We could have maybe squeezed out 3% if we had a perfect entry and then we just got out when the breakout was weak, but that's very, you know, everything would have had to go perfect. Very wishful thinking. DGLY pulling back. I didn't have too high hopes for it. CTX pulling back real hard right now. Some news came out, no? 41. I think we were already talking about that article. Natasha's wondering if AESE is too late to buy in. I don't know. It could break 5.5 right now. And that's kind of what I'm thinking it will do. But I'm not totally confident with, or not totally happy with the potential risk reward on this one. So I'm kind of like letting it hang, waiting for maybe additional setups. I gotta say though, being too patient on this one has cost me a nice move. And actually, I bought the perfect entry. I just closed it out way too soon. So kind of painful on that one. Boom, all of a sudden we're at 5.7. So this thing's got a lot of energy. Next is the whole $6. Really nice, Corey. Super sweet trade. Almost $1 a share on that one. That's huge. David, I know the feeling. It's fine though. There's more. Absolutely beautiful AESE. OCGN, yeah, it wasn't even on our scanner. Yep. That's super true. I'm a little disappointed I missed that one because that's actually something that I'm usually salivating over. Nice, Corey. You saw it, you jumped on it, it was perfect. Solid move there, man. Good stuff. That's what it's all about. You gotta be patient, and then when you see the right setup, you just jump in on it. So right now, I'm just being patient because I don't see that good setup. I think on AESE, I just kind of chickened out a little bit. I think CETX could have some sort of move at one point, but again, the biggest thing I don't like about this one is the long-term chart in terms of past performance on some spikes. We had some okay ones, but usually the gaps weren't too high on those. And then if you go back really far, we actually did have some really decent gap and goes, multiple day gappers, but I feel like the stock was a bit different back then somehow. Big support here at 215. AESE could be another break right now. Oh man. Had the bounce off 5.5. Curling right now. Could we see a break of 6? Very aggressive move. Nice, Paul. That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I would not feel comfortable buying here. I'd be super nervous of some sort of flush. Could be happening right now. Looks like 5.5 is having a little bit of a pullback. Keeping a close eye on CETX. Could be a huge bounce off of 2. This was the flush I was kind of nervous about, and I thought we were going to get it several times before. You know what should have made me more aggressive on AESE is the fact that there wasn't anything else super interesting. So I think anyone that was day trading breakouts was most likely watching AESE, and I think that's why AESE ended up performing so nicely. There was just a lot of eyes on that one. Could be wrong, but that's kind of my thesis. Also, with the 2 million float, I mean, you get phenomenal breakouts. And this thing's up 120% now. Good news is I still have 2 trades left. AESE could be setting up a longer pattern here, maybe an ABC or something like that. 10:02, guys. Those last 20 minutes flew by. AESE pulling back again, so this might not be that 5-minute setup, but it could still hold. I don't know. Interesting, Paul. These are definitely still our 2 top lead gappers, AESE and CETX. So I have no reason necessarily to switch around right now. I want to keep an eye on these 2. Eventually, I think I'll start seeing something that is a bit more interesting. Could we break back above 5.5? That's the question here. $10.03. Jeff's calling out INSE. Or what do you mean with INSE? With AESE? Back above the 2.5 here, maybe? Phew, there we go. So this could be a bigger setup then. A little bit of consolidation here. Sector play, gotcha. 23 million shares outstanding, 78 million market cap. Not a lot of dollar volume though. Very, very light on this one. Could be a great ride for the small share size. Some resistance around 4, so this could keep running. Not really my favorite trading these things that are so light on volume though. Yep, for sure. CETX had that big bounce at 215. Somewhat predictable, but I was actually hoping for a bigger pullback, so I missed this bounce. CTX back above VWAP even. That was a little bit unexpected. Big sellers there. A very, very possible dip buy entry right now. CETX. Buyers are looking for something. Not the worst idea. They'll probably get some nice PR in the next few days. This could be a really interesting setup here with CETX. Trying for that VWAP breakout. Got the 50-minute EMA underneath for the first time. Had some nice green volume coming in here. $260 getting chipped away. Looking for potential entry, 240 getting chipped away. 16, 242. I don't know why I'm not getting on this one. I just don't really like it that much. But that was pretty nice. So yeah, we called this one out, but I did not jump on it. It was a nice setup under the 15-minute EMA. Woo, really sweet. Snooze, you lose. And I lost on that one in terms of just missing it. I've had some bad luck with VWAP breakouts. This one felt much more right. But I think I have a little bit of PTSD from the VWAP breakout, so I didn't trade this one. AESE pulling back again here. CTX definitely has a lot of volume, guys. Keep a close eye on it. Nice, Lucky. 1009. A lot of profit taking on this one, huh? Big buyers at 43, huge buyers. Watching AESE, might break 5 here. CTX has the second smallest float right now, 7 million. There's definitely some big buyers here on CETX, kind of holding it up. Again, you can kind of see him now at 44. $47. Back to 42. Interesting setup here. Still waiting for AESE to break down a bit more. $248 getting chipped away. Anyone long in this one? $250. We could have a breakout here. Woo hoo hoo. Just do not like trading these for some reason in this zone. It's not my favorite. I'm watching AESE actually right now a little bit more closely. AESE pulling back. Probably consider an entry here in the 70s. We got definitely some 15-minute support here, or 5-minute with a 15-minute EMA. I want to keep my other screen open so I can see what's going on with CTX. Many weak breakouts on CETX, so I probably would have bailed already on this point. Still somebody accumulating at 43. Just constantly big orders popping up there that keep disappearing. Then they're back. They're gone right now, but He'll be back. CETX has been quite a choppy little stock. I'd probably rather buy a potential breakout on a pullback, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. It could be breaking out right now, 253. 10.15 right now. I'm watching AESE. May have an entry here. 69. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a pullback. I'm excited to check out Tesla. I'll check that one out soon. You guys have been talking about it all morning. It's got to be good. It's got to be super nice. All right, 79. What's going on? Why is it not cracking? Big buyers here. A lot of dip buyers. Pull to 75. CTX slowly creeping up. Not too bad. Buyers coming in again. Could be a big move. 10:16 a.m. Nice big green candle on the day. AESE pulling back again. And I just am not getting the pullback that I wanted with AESE. If my order's kind of just chilling here, cancel the order at 68. Could be a bit of a reversal now. Probably not going to be buying this one until I get a bigger pullback on that. Kind of missed my... it basically looked at my order at 67, or that's where I wanted it. Didn't get the fill. Maybe I'll get another dip buy opportunity on AESE later. For now, I'm gonna doing the bounce. I'd be up about 5% if I got that entry. Oh well. Just gonna wait for, maybe we'll get a second opportunity on this one, maybe not. It's hard to say. $285 on CETX. Wow, that is beautiful. Some bigger support at $3 area, 320 even, or 310 actually, 316, and then 330 here. You see CETX on the daily looking really nice. You check out this $3 resistance zone, so keep a close eye on this one. We had some breakouts at 3.3 in the past. We had some clean breakouts today, I gotta admit. Today was a very clean day once this pattern started coming to fruition. So really sweet stuff here. Place a potential limit order at 53 on CETX. Looks like we'll have to see if we get some reversals a little bit later today or something like that. So far, I only have one trade today. I'm only up about 3% based on my average position size of about $1,000. So not really the most or the best trading on my end. Definitely stumbled a little bit with AESE because we got the great entry or decent entry, but I sold way too early. But overall, we're looking at the right stuff. Everything's looking pretty good. Would have loved to trade on AESE just now at 4.67. Paul says, feels good to have the market feeling normal again. Thanks for the $2, Paul. Paid for all my tea for the week. Does that mean you had some really nice trades? Because that's what it looks like. I like that. That's sweet. Man, oh man, AESE, guys, doing exactly what I wanted to. Again, missed this one. Whew. There's nothing wrong with missing a trade, but at least the good part about missing a trade, at least it means that you're looking at the right setup. So it's not all bad. CETX, my curl here at 270. Definitely feels good to have the market a little bit more. This is kind of more of a classic gap and go day, especially with AESE. That one's such a tongue twister. Doing kind of exactly what we want. Really, really nice stuff here. I would like to build up another position on it. I have a limit order at 89 for now with AESE. Bit of a pullback right now on it. Pull back even further than I was expecting to 85, remove my limit order, pulling back even more. Whew, what a pullback on it, huh? Potential entry at 79. canceling my CETX order. Watching AESE. This could pull back further here. I've been a little bit shaky on this one. It's kind of aggressive selling off that we had on it. Did not hold, or did hold. That was really weird. This thing's kind of all over the place. We have a low here at 66. Just broke that. 65. Paul, you nailed that one. That definitely was a buy spot on that. My screener is one I set up with TOS. I have a whole video on my screener, and you guys can import it yourselves. Check out the video description below, $25,000 challenge. And actually check out the FAQ below. There's a question, what screener am I using? Or a scanner, I think I called it. Should have listened to yourself. Yeah, I should have listened to myself, like on some of these trades myself. Some really nice setups that I kind of just snoozed on through. I think AESE might be done. It's hard to say, but right now we're trending below VWAP and the 15-minute EMA. I'm not the bounce happened. That was the one I wanted. Nice 8%. I wasn't with it though, and now I don't really feel like I want to trade it anymore. Kind of reached the goals I was looking for. And I'm not totally sure. I mean, if you check out the daily chart here, bottom right, you know, we had a big gap down, and we have $6 is a very key area. So I don't know if we're going to really bust through $6. We're already up quite a bit on ASEA, about 100%. That would be a really big afternoon run. Not saying it's not going to happen, but a little bit of consolidation never hurts. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more trades in on AESE at the moment. We'll just see what happens, you know. No need to rush into anything yet. Yeah, Paul, that's super true. Big volume on CETX, huge stuff. Kind of making a cup and handle right here, a little bit of a pullback. This could be quite a nice entry actually. Remember, this one has macro and micro news with its body camo thermal camera. Protesting news, U.S. conglomerate, 7 million float, up 210% on the day. CTX is definitely one of the lead gappers. Still selling off. $10.30, guys. Keep that in mind. Could be seeing a break here of 3. Might be going long CTX very soon here. Wow, that was what I was nervous with a stock like this. Big flush to right away, especially trading at 10:30. Another time I don't really like to trade. 8% like that, boom. Whew. I think some stops got triggered. I don't know about you guys. I'm not sure, Zachary. I actually don't know either one of them. Unless the Jeff guy is that options Jeff Bonds guy. I don't know. It depends what you want. I mean, you can always try it out. Doesn't hurt to try. I have no idea though with those services. I don't really subscribe to any stock. We actually had a long discussion about this on Friday on the live stream about buying services and watch lists and stuff like that. AESE pulling back again. We might see a break of 4.5 on this one. I would probably like to buy a little bounce around 4 or 420. CETX still looks okay. It was just a little bit of a flush. Looks like I'm going to be trading just a little bit later here. Seeing if CETX is going to get another flush to the downside. Big resistance at 3, remember guys. It's 10:33 now. A little bit of a bounce here. Again to hit 26. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, Jeff. That's kind of the plan. Really nice clean setups we had today. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get a little bit more aggressive. I think I could have finished all of my trading before 10 o'clock with AESE alone. Buying again here above VWAP on this flag pattern, buying on this flag pattern, and then being done. Having 3 trades and just wrapping it up there. That's kind of where my mistake lied today. But today, to be honest, we've been having a lot more kind of weak mornings and then really nice like 10, 15 to 11 o'clock sessions lately. So I was thinking, well, maybe we're going to, that's going to be the trend for a little bit. So I kind of eased off the gas there. But, if you see the right setups, you just got to jump in on it. Yeah, Jeff, I'll be doing a little recap video on the trades, the ideal setups. I like to always have a focal point, so I'm not totally sure yet what the focal point is, but probably a specific setup. I really do like the AESE setup. Mainly because the 2 million float and then just constant breaks to the upside. AESE looking kind of attractive again here. Might be a little bit of a setup. breaking back above VWAP. Second green day on it, remember that. Have a limit order on 81 right now. Actually, not super comfortable with that limit order. Removed it for now. Nice, Jeff. Yeah, I'll definitely see them later today. And Heiko Carmilla, I'm not sure where Heiko is. That's a good question. I didn't ask him. He usually writes me in the morning if he's going to be on or offline. He didn't write, so I'm just going to guess he's offshore. Joe says he saw him in another YouTuber screen. That's funny. AESE action back here. Just a little bit at least. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. $220, 525, guys. AESE just hit 525. Let's see what kind of pullback we get on this one. CETX pulling back. Yep, I go live every weekday, or at least every day the market's open, starting at 9:15 to first review the watch list. Sometimes I trade pre-market, not always. CTX could be a good dip buy right really soon. AESE as well. Looking for an entry at 95. Wanted an entry at 93, but I just missed it actually. Clicked in the 80s on accident instead. Move this out of the way unless I get an entry on it. $10.30. Remember, breakouts tend to be a little bit more choppy during this time of the day. CTX pulled all the way down to 57. Breaking out. I should have had the limit order waiting there again. Again, I missed an entry. Ooh, today's a day of missing shots for me, huh? Nice volume, though, on this breakout. Would have already had 7% and closed out that trade. Would have been done with this one. So I don't really want to jump in just yet, but I do like how it's kind of firing back up here. I'm still waiting for CTX to pull back even further, to be honest. Looks like we might be getting that pullback right now. Markets are green again. $10.43, guys. No, Joe, I don't use brackets for day trading. It's a little bit too quick. I like everything about AESE. Somehow, I didn't pull the trigger like 3 times in a row already, which is making me a little bit mentally stressed. I'm not gonna lie. Why? How did I miss the entry like 3 times on that one? This could be a break of 5.5, honestly, but I also don't really see it. I think this thing needs to consolidate a little bit more. Maybe have some... bit of a pullback right now. $10.44. I might honestly wrap up trading today without another trade just because I don't even really like trading at this time anymore. The good opportunities were in the morning and I kind of just missed them, even though we basically called them out live. So that's a little tricky when that happens. Now I feel like I'm kind of just trading because I have trades left to trade today, which never feels great. We might see a bit of a flush on AESE, but it's kind of holding its highs quite well. I'm a little bit nervous that we're going to see some news come out or something like that. I think that's really what I'm most worried about with AESE. Nice little bounce here off VWAP. Joe, I'm not sure. The best thing to do is test it out on the simulator. That's usually how I test any sort of new setup or brackets or stops out for the first time. AESE looks like it's going to break out here, to be honest. I hope it doesn't. I generally hope it doesn't this time. I would love to buy a dip on this thing. But it looks good, you know. Volume here, bigger volume, breaking high from the former candle. Technically, this is a good setup. I don't like the 5.5 resistance right above. I'd probably rather buy this on a failed breakout, pull back here, as long as no catalyst comes out. CETX making a nice move. Remember, this one's up 200 or 185% right now. Not convinced. Not convinced. Zachary's looking for a swing trade. Always good fun. So far with AESE, I would have got shaken out on this one. So this one, my gut feeling was definitely right, where big resistance here didn't really feel right for a potential trade on this one. So I didn't enter this potential breakout, although the chart patterns were definitely there. Ooh, big drop on AESE. This is exactly what I was worried about on AESE as well, having that flush move. And honestly, buying the flush is something I really want to do, but for some reason, I have this kind of feeling, that this skeptical feeling that there's going to be news that comes out about this one. What is this one? Something just came out. Pre-market season. I'm not sure. Again, with a 2 million float, anything can make this thing just rip to the downside. Right now, anyone in the CETX trade? That one's not looking too shabby. Kelly was no more. Oh, whew. What a day of suspense. I really let the suspense kind of grow myself, because I could have easily been done trading today. Wait. But this is exciting. You know, if we see a bit more days with a little bit nicer gap and go setups, I wouldn't mind getting a bit more aggressive on them and then letting them ride a little bit longer. And who knows, we'll probably really be finishing up fairly quickly, actually. Super true, 1 AP Pro. DGLY is back to 2.4. Buying at that 1.8 zone pre-market would have been the ticket. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt I didn't do that. That was the 1 p.m. trade that I was really adamant about. Yeah, Amir, I feel you on that. And welcome to the chat, man. CTX still holding quite nicely. Just constant buyers on this one. Ooh, 270 just cracked. I like the potential on CETX more than AESE. Be right back, guys. I got some chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk. Actually, it's chocolate oat milk. Ooh. Oh, damn, that's Nash. 10:54, guys. I only have one trade today. This is quite unusual. What is going on? Got to shake off my Monday cobwebs a little bit, I guess. AESE trying for the 100th time. CTX could be an interesting one, but it's tough to say. It could be a nice zone, though, at 2.6. I feel you. It's tough to say, man. It's not like a perfectly nice setup, but it could be kind of a dip on the move higher. So yeah, CTX, I got you. No worries. How to say DGLY somehow is back in the game a little bit, huh? I see one really nice trade on this right out of the gates. Well, maybe two. And the first one would probably be the buy off the 2 support, as it didn't crack. Kind of held this area. That could have been a nice trade, 25%. And then the second one was right as we broke VWAP, had a pullback to VWAP, and then ran here. This was a nice 18% one. Other than that, I see a lot of chop. Maybe a little scalp trade here in this area. at the 2.5, but I'd be a little bit nervous about that not holding. Barry B is asking when to buy and sell CETX. Man, it's every trader is different. You want to know why you're doing it though. You want to have a reason behind a trade. So as long as you have some strategy you're following, some pattern you're seeing with clear exits, clear stops, that's the most important part. So first, focus on the why. Why are you entering that trade? What's your thesis behind the trade? To me, it looks like it's going to do a little retest of VWAP and might even break VWAP, so I'm not super stoked about it. AESE, I don't have that conviction behind it that I would like. Definitely some sellers picking up now. Big buyers at 258. You see all those orders there? Really kind of popped up out of nowhere land. Right now it's all choppy. I mean, there's no reason not to try to maybe do a trade. Well, actually, there is a big reason right now. If you're limited on trades, right now this is choppy. There's no clear setup. So there's probably a good chance that maybe around 11 o'clock or so, there will be a really clear good setup as some big spikes of volume kind of come back in. So right now, it's not my favorite time to trade, and I don't really see any specific reason of just blindly getting long. Let's kind of let this roll a little bit here. Maybe we will find a good setup at one point. Definitely an interesting start to the day here. Then a lot more consolidation later on. AESE is kind of back in the game here. Really nice move. CETX looks like it might break VWAP. Big sellers on 260 with CETX. $5.11 on AESE could be a nice entry. Watching AESE right now. Bit more volume coming back in on this one. Potential attempt to break above 5.5. Just remove my limit order. Again, don't feel as comfortable. I would have just actually had an entry if I left the limit order. CETX had a bit of a double bottom here, huh? I can't really answer those questions for you, Burberry, because that's really, you know, super up to you and your trading style. Are you swing trading? Are you day trading? There's a lot of variables in there. Yeah, AESE pulling back again. I just never felt super confident about this one. Maybe we'll get an entry. It's hard to say. Buyers coming in a little bit on this. It's 11 o'clock, guys. DGLY dip buy question mark? Maybe. I'm not totally sure. Would need to look at it. Kind of focused on AESE right now. CETX could be interesting, but so what I'm waiting for on this one, I mean, 514, bigger support here. $21 getting chipped away. Not a lot of volume though. Yeah, Paul, I actually, in the video description below, I kind of do a little bit, but you're right. I could probably go a little bit more, elaborate on that. AESE could be the breakout here. Again, I feel very shaky about this potential setup, so I've been really kind of easing off the trigger. It's after 11:06. Whew, just realized it's a little bit later. It's at 5:25. 30, 29, looking for a potential entry on 29. Big volume just came in. Whew, shaky platform. I almost had a horrible entry on accident. CTX pulling back here. AESE picking up a little bit. We could see a break of 6 now, getting a little bit more confident. Triple volume on this. Yeah, so I was trying to buy all the dips in here. Missed these two. That was unfortunate. Lost my confidence a little bit on this one. And then, wow. Yeah, sweet moves here. Big volume kind of showing up again. Putting an order on 53 just in case we get a little pullback here. Volumes piling up, AESE. Moving the chart out of the way a little bit. Let's see if we can get an entry below 50. That would be even better. Not sure if we will. Still a lot of buyers on this one. Could be getting ready for a bigger breakout now. This is what we were waiting for this whole time. Waiting for some volume to come back in, waiting for a little bit more price action. If AESE breaks above the 270, I'd probably go long. Otherwise, I'd probably buy on a dip. So either way, two things I'm possibly looking for here. $50 holding pretty well. You guys will know when I buy stock. I'll let you guys know. Also, it shows on the charts. Looking for an entry on AESE right here at 52. Just got an entry at 52. Small position size. On accident, looking for a full fill. Long 180 at 54, 55 actually. Had a pullback right here back to 5.5. Maybe we'll get a continuation, maybe not. $67, like to see the 67 get chipped away here. Would like to close half this position soon. Potential break of 80 here. Closed 100 shares already. Didn't like that I had a flash pullback, so I have only half my position size still. Maybe we'll get a breakout, I don't know. Got shaken out a little bit on that one. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. So good thing I closed half my position size. Didn't get the breakout I wanted. Simply got out. Still holding half my position size. Maybe we will get a little continuation here. Entry at 54. Still a lot of sellers on this one. Now it's really pulling back a little harder. $80 shares long. It's kind of a lot of selling volume. Let's see if we get a secondary attempt to move higher here. $37. So it's good we closed out half our, breakout or bailout, and that's why I closed half of it. Long, only 80 shares now, small position. Doesn't look very good. I think I'm going to close the other half. Buyers coming in a little bit though, I gotta say, not looking too bad. Oh, right as I try to close this position, Closing this trade. Unfortunate, we didn't get that fall through that I was hoping for. I would probably even consider trading AES again. I was a little slow. Had to close my loss. Took a small loss on this one. Good thing I got out. Most of my position size actually in the plus. Unfortunately, I should have probably closed out all of my position size when we didn't have that breakout, right? Breakout or bailout. Now we're pulling back a little bit more again. So overall, it was good. A little bit annoying with AESE because a lot of the setups I wanted, I closed a lot of limit orders, had a limit order here. I don't think I was trying to buy here. I had a limit order in this area. And again, I was trying to buy, it was one of these dips. I think it was this one. So I missed all three of those and all three of those worked out. And then, you know, oh, wow, look at that flash crash. Woo. Oh, Lord, this is what I was nervous about with AESE all day, especially after 11 o'clock. That's really when you don't really want to be trading breakouts anymore. Crazy pullback. That was huge. What do I think about Nerve? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. 11:19. I'm usually not trading in this time of day. That was a huge pullback on AESE. I don't know why I can't see that ticker. Was a bit choppy on the open. I don't know. 4.5. Oh, it's a big red day pullback. And then today it's doing a little bit of a bounce. I don't really see why this one would be something to trade at the moment. Revised call information. Lenders present. Not sure. Long-term chart. Yeah, I don't know. I usually don't trade stocks that are pulling back this much, and this is a bit of a bounce trade, if anything. Seeing some resistance coming in now. I don't really see too much interest on this one, to be honest. You know, I always like to wrap up trading by 11 o'clock, and this is exactly why. After 11 o'clock, I notice things like, you know, these big sell-offs, breakouts that don't work that well, and every time I don't wrap up trading, I remember exactly why. At 11 o'clock, I like to wrap up trading. So, yeah, that's just how it is. So I'll actually go ahead, wrap up trading so I don't do anything ridiculous anymore. If I see a good setup, I'll still jump in. I have technically one more trade I can make today. So if I see a good setup, I'll jump in. If I don't, whatever. I could have walked away, you know, about 3% profit on the day based on our average position size, but now I'm walking away with about 1% profit. Better than red, but, you know, it's with the gap and go strategy, and that's what we're streaming here. This is all about the gap and go strategy. The first 15 minutes and sometimes pre-market is really where the activity is. After that, you're typically trading the backside of a move. So backside of a move, classic example, right around 9:45 or 9:50, basically 10 o'clock, this thing's over. And, you know, this is a backside bounce. This is a little backside of the move here. This is an attempt to maybe make a new move, but at the moment, not too interesting. So I don't know. It's tough. CETX had a really nice bounce off of 2. When you zoom out a little bit, you have some really good perspective a little bit more. So right around 10 o'clock, CETX, beautiful rally. I mean, these are the moves we're looking for. So awesome stuff. Hopefully some of you guys got it. I know some of you guys nailed some beautiful trades today. I unfortunately didn't. AESE is having a nice little bounce. I'm just happy we got out of that total collapse. That was a 20% pullback. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, Jeff, check out the video description below, the $25,000 challenge video. It's in the FAQs, and it's also in that first link, tradejournal.co/connect. Still watching here a little bit more. Yeah, there's a good chance I'll squeeze in another trade. I just don't really know when it's going to happen. The hot period is definitely over. I'm still thinking CETX could be a good setup at one point. Actually, hold on. What do we got here? CETX is actually looking pretty hot right now. A little bit of volume coming back in on it. Nice little flag setup. 5% move is really not too shabby at all. Looks like, let's see if we can get an entry here at 50. I like the move we're seeing so far. Looking for that breakout here at 54. Yeah, this was actually quite sweet. I just saw this one a little bit late. That was a 5% move. Could see even a continuation on this one, breaking above the 15-minute EMA on the 5-minute chart. That one's making me a little bit nervous. Look at those sellers there. Buyers are definitely trying on this one. Back to 48. Back above 50, looking pretty hot here, I gotta say. $55 might get chipped away any moment. I always like to give these later day breakouts a bit more time. They tend to not be as clean as you'd want. After 11, I'm always extra conservative. Maybe we'll get an entry here if we see a little bit bigger of a pullback. Definitely like what I'm seeing. $55 is getting tested again here. NIO from Augustin. Let me check it out. Trying to get long on this breakout here at 54. Nope, didn't get it. I'd rather buy on a pullback, to be honest. So if I'm not going to get that one right away, I'm going to remove my limit order on that. NIO had an interesting open. The thing I don't like about NIO, if we were trading NIO, this here, I would want at least 40%, maybe lowest at 30% move. This is only a 7% move, so I don't find this one very exciting, and I don't think as many people are going to be looking at something like this. %7 so far. See, I was wondering. Are you talking about CETX? I don't know. I like that. There's a bit of a trend reversal on this one. 62. Again, I would rather probably buy this one on a pullback, but I don't think we're going to really get that. Today's been pretty aggressive on the breakouts. They kind of just plop on out of there, and yeah, boom, again. Aggressive, nice little pullback there, huh? You can see more and more volume is funneling into CETX. Super true, Paul. Yeah, guys, tradejournal.co. It's where a lot of us document our trades. And if you guys have basically checked on your profile, if your trades can get shared, I'll post them on the Trade Journal Twitter and Instagram page. So we have pretty chilly that I don't really need to watch right now. Waiting for a potential pullback on CETX. I'm not really sure if we're going to get it. Would love a little bit of a pullback here on CETX. Maybe we'll get a nice aggressive one. Here you can check out Trade Journal and some of the latest posts. Let me quickly open the Trade Journal. Oh, by the way, guys, the stats page has now filtered, so definitely check that out in your free time. The first post about that is quite sweet. On Twitter. So here I made a little tweet about it. So yeah, check it out. Stats page finally has filters. You guys can finally play around, filter the stats based on accounts, portfolios, trades, tickers, all that fun stuff. Paul had a really nice trade not too long ago in here. Did I just pass it? No. Yeah, Paul, this was your trade. This was a huge one, 40% move on this one. So yeah, guys, just check out Trade Journal, the Instagram or the Twitter, if you guys are curious, just to check out some pretty sweet trades that we do here on the live stream. CETX pulling back. Maybe we'll get a little dip buy entry on this one. Usually I would be done trading by now. We do have one trade left, so I'm looking for a potential opportunity on this one. If I don't see it, I'll probably be wrapping up really soon. I was actually going to wrap up a little bit ago, but then I saw CETX making some moves back higher, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. So I decided to stick around a little bit longer. Hopefully it's still educational enough. Feel free to ask some questions. Dizzy, that's also a strategy. Here we go, having a pullback. 54. This is oftentimes what I'm worried about with a lot of these later day moves. They just tend to be a bit slower. $54 seems like it's holding for now. Wouldn't be surprised if it cracked though. Have a potential limit at 49. Boom, buyers just came in. If I don't get this entry at 49, I would probably consider moving my limit order up. And the main reason is because this way I will have a little bit better of a stop. Just got an entry at 49. So we'll give this one a little bit longer here. Sellers are definitely still in charge. There is buying momentum coming in though. Want to see it break back above 2.6 and ideally 2.7 fairly soon. $49 might get chipped away here. Still struggling. Buyers back at 250. Definitely an interesting zone for this one. CTX, bit of a move back into the right direction. Want to see that 15-minute EMA break. We'll get an entry at 49, 249 here. $11.38. This is probably one of the latest trades I've done on the Gap and Go challenge. This is probably in terms of streaming as well. Sometimes I'll do an afternoon trade, but obviously that's not on the stream anymore. I think this is my latest stream. It's kind of fun, kind of switch it up. Luckily I had a relaxing weekend, so I'm not too exhausted right now. Otherwise I probably would have wrapped up. So far, we're having a bit nicer move here. Would like to close half of my position if we break above 60. Still a lot of sellers on this one. Sold half of my position. Would like to see a break, obviously, of 270. Not sure if we're going to see that. Wouldn't be surprised if we had a bit more of a pullback first. There was the pullback I was waiting for. Always like to lock in a little bit of profits before that. You don't know if there's going to be a continuation. Would be really, really nice to see this one have a full-on trend reversal, break above even 2.8. I think anything's possible, but, you know, how do you want to trade is the question. AESE is actually moving back to the upside here. Kind of an interesting setup. Some buyers coming on this one a little bit. Obviously, I don't want this to go under 49. Ah, very cool. BBC interview. Definitely more selling pressure than I was hoping for, making me a little bit cautious on this one. Maybe I'll get out sooner than I thought. A little bit unfortunate. I'm actually out of this one. That wraps up trading for today. It was actually kind of not a bad little way to wrap up. I was expecting maybe a move over 2.8. I don't know if that was too aggressive. I don't know if that was too much to ask for. What made me not want to keep holding this one is the volume. Check out the volume. No one's watching this, which is upsetting. And I'm not saying that it's not going to go over 2.8. I'm just saying right now, I no longer really want to be holding it. This is kind of AESE somehow keeps surprising me. This is actually the move I was hoping for. So a little bit more of, breaks the upside and then just that continuation. So here we go. Look at this one. This one's just 7% or the potential for that. So pretty sweet on this. CETX, again, looking a little shaky. I probably should have just closed out the rest at 64. We had an opportunity for a second there. Or maybe not. Maybe just 63, but not bad. Made about 50 bucks today. Not a lot of money, but 5% based on our average position size. So we're trading with $1,000 on average. 5%, we made 50 bucks. So once we start growing the account a bit more, we're at $10,000 position sizes, which I know we can hit pretty soon. Because all we have to do is get to 25,000. Then we can trade with basically 25,000 technically per trade and have unlimited trades per day because you now move to a margin account. Right now we're using a cash account, which has ridiculous amount of limits. So we're just building that foundation, getting good at the gap and go strategy. And once we're good at that strategy, as we have more capital in this challenge account, then we can get more, have more position size. So it's really that simple. I know 50 bucks doesn't sound like life-changing, but it's not about the 50 bucks. It's about learning a strategy, having a foundation for once you're trading with $10,000, $50,000. So yeah, here you can see it, 49 bucks. So yeah, $10,000, this would have been, almost a $500 day. That's not a bad day of work, especially because you're only working for, how long is this live stream? I don't know, 2.5 hours. And this is our longest stream yet. Whew. Well, I go say hi to Andy for me. I'm super, super excited to see the BBC interview. I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit longer stream. Remember, guys, in the comment below, once the stream gets done processing, I always leave a comment and pin under all of my live streams the entry points of all my trades. That way, you don't have to watch the whole stream. You just go click on the what's it called, where the time is, I don't know, there's probably a word for it, but basically it'll say like 29 minutes and you can click on 29 minutes in the first comment below, and then it'll go to that in the video. That way you guys can always keep track of all my trades or rewatch any of the trades. So CETX pulling back further and further. This is really what I was worried about. And like I said, guys, it could still break out. It could randomly get a huge amount of volume and just run. But I don't want to be trading what ifs. I want to be trading like clear setups with clear entry and exit points, or else I'd be just getting chopped out of this one. Nice, Enoch. That's huge. 10% on AESE. Congrats, man. That's super amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. If you guys like the content, don't forget to drop a like. I really, really appreciate all the likes, guys. You guys are awesome. It's super fun to trade with everyone. Not to mention, I learn a ridiculous amount from you guys. You guys call out some amazing stuff, put my attention on some amazing stuff. So I appreciate the community. Well, look at the CETX. Finally some momentum coming in here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This could be the break that we were waiting for. I'm going to be coming out with a recap video a bit later today in the evening, so don't forget to check that out. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon too, so you'll get alerts when I come out with a recap video and when we do these live streams. I go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list, then we trade the market open till usually about 10:45. Today we went over by an hour just because I didn't get any trades in. Well, actually I got one trade in, but if you guys remember how depressing this one was, we entered almost perfectly at 3.6 in terms of what happened the rest of the day, and then I sold way too soon. So don't make too much fun of me for that, because that's a little depressing. All right, Paul, see you, man. See everyone tomorrow, and see you guys this evening. Have a great start to your week, guys. Stay safe, make some awesome trades. Till next time, ciao, ciao.